Hey everyone, how's it going? So we're currently working on getting the post to show up in the modal when it opens. Last time we made steps towards this by just calling some function on our server. Currently, obviously, we just send back "this is awesome," but obviously now we're going to try and load the post itself. So we created this new endpoint in our REST API, which will allow you to get a post using the ID. So let's go ahead and implement that. So obviously we have this code here which will load all the posts, and we copied this directly from here, right? But what I'm going to do is refactor this in a way that we only have to have this in one place, and we can just call that function. So what I'm going to do is take this code, I'll just copy all that, or I should say cut it. So it's on my clipboard, and I'll scroll down to the bottom, and let's make a function called getPosts. A function getPosts. And just paste that in there. Now, because it's in its own function, we're going to change it slightly so that we can call this function and get the posts. So we're going to change it, and we're going to make it an async function. So change that to async function like that. And that means we can use the await operator. So what we'll do is we'll say var results equals, and then await. This will give us the result of this find call. And then what I'm going to do is separate this for a second, but take the catch block. So I'm essentially just moving the catch block above, like this. So we are going to catch an error still if there is one. But we aren't going to send an error, of course, because we're in the post and there's no res variable. We don't really want to pass it in either, so get rid of that as well. So now when we're catching, we're just logging the error. And if you really want, you can obviously move this onto one line, because there's only one line of code here. So like I said, when there's one line of code, you don't need the curly brackets. So it just condenses it a little bit for you. So anyway, results at this point should have the results of the find, but we still need to populate the data. Remember, we had this issue before where some of the data wasn't populated, so we couldn't render it. So I'm just going to take this line and stick this here and leave it there. But then, because this is going to be the last thing in the function, we can just return this. We don't have to store it in a new variable, and then I can get rid of the remaining part of the then block. Okay. So this is now the getPost function, right? And we will be refactoring this probably in the next video to take a parameter for the things we want to search for. Of course, at the moment, it's just taking no parameter, and we're just doing a find of all the posts. But let's just use this and make sure we haven't broken our existing find posts code. So what I'll do is go up to, where do we have it? There, this get part right here. So this part we were using to load the posts. But what I'm going to do instead, if you really want, you can comment that out for now until we know it works. That way we don't have to get rid of anything. But I can say var results equals get posts like this. And then we can just return it just like this is doing here. So take this res.status part and just return it. I think that will work. So let me just check I've got nothing else there. Yeah, great. So hopefully when we restart the server, we'll see the exact same thing. If we do, great. If not, then we've broken something. So if we see all the posts now, we'll have to log in. We're good. But let's just see. We got an error. Okay, so let's see what we got. So I'll set a breakpoint there and just see what it has. Let me refresh the page. So results is empty, and that probably means it's empty here as well. So it means nothing was returned. So what I'm going to do is just see what we get when I log the results here. Console.log results, and let's just see what it gives us. So I'm going to refresh this. So what we're doing at the moment is just refactoring this code so that we can reuse it. So I've just tried to load it, and I can see this has returned a promise, and that's because getPost is an async function. Remember, we declared it as that, so we can use await in there. So we just need to await that. So I would just say await. Now we need to make this surrounding function an async function, so we can use that await keyword, async. Man, if I can spell it. So let's try it now. Okay, let's go back to here, refresh the page and log in. And we see the posts again. So obviously the behavior is exactly the same at the moment, in the sense that we just get all the posts, or I should say the result is the same. But what we've done, I can get rid of this now, we don't need that, because we have it down below anyway in the getPost function. But what we've done is condensed it a lot, so just into there. And what's going to happen now is the get ID one is going to do the same 2 lines, but we're going to pass some other options into there. So this get post function is going to be quite versatile, because we'll be able to just pass some filters into there, and it will filter whatever we want and give us those posts back.